Do you feel a little tiny bit dampened? Like you might have like about 10 wet towels on top of you or wet blankets on top of you? Is it the smoke or is it just the trauma to our community? I don't know. Ball behind shoulder blades. In this positioning here, we're going to do our really basic, back to basic flexion, super safe. I've got my legs so that there's activity on the inner thighs. My hands come back to support my head, and I loll back into my hammock, and then I just lift up. And it's easy and it feels good. And if you're tight for any reason, I feel really loosened up from doing all the arm and back work a minute ago. But if you feel like you need it, take time to create more space in between those shoulder blades, or maybe even notice that they feel pretty loose after the work we did for our warm-up. Hands are behind the head, and we're going down, and we're lifting up. And then make it a little more specific so the elbows open when the head touches the ground. Elbows lift up to the ceiling. Down and up. Good. Now think of your tailbone as reaching away from your ponytail so that you're stretching your spine down, and you're also stretching your spine as you pick it up. Down and up. Good work. We're going to take it now just into a very small little twist. So one elbow comes up, and then both go down. One elbow looks up, and you look to the side, and then back down. You lift one elbow up and across as if you're aiming for your opposite outside of your knee, and then down. Reach and down. Good work. Reach and down. And reach and down and reach up and reach down. Good. Now straight up and down. Keep stretching. Up and down and up and down. Good. Now we're going to lift up our left leg. Set it down, same leg for 7 and down and 6 and down and 5 and down and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Now lifting up, other leg, up and down. Just keep it easy. And down, and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. We're going to alternate. It's one leg up and then the other leg up. Good. These are slow. You want that full good lift. Still thinking about picking up your spine from both ends if you can. Lift and lift. Good. Here's your twist. You reach across and reach across. Legs are walking. They're just doing a little alternating. Now you've got your twist happening. Good. And you might realize, yeah, this is definitely my whole core is working. But we've been doing it, we've had how many? 5, 6 sets already? It's not burning, it's not crazy, it's very moderate, light to moderate abdominal work. So sometimes we need that. Noticing if today is a good day to do that. Yeah. And reach across. And across. Good. And across. And one more time. Good. Now, you're going to lift up. Open those elbows and hang out for just a second. I want you to do tiny little lifts with me, and the lifts are closing of the ribs and closing of the ribs. So you lift an inch or two, lower an inch or two. Lift an inch or two, lower back on the ball an inch or two. Lift and lift. Good. Feel that you're really closing those ribs. Right in the upper abdominal section, not in the lower portion of the ribs, but all of the ribs. Good, little guys, little and little and little and little. Good, last one and stay. Pick up your left foot with me. Pull everything in and then open the elbows, fall back a little bit as you extend and then pull it in. So we're gonna do 10, bring it in, 9, pull that in, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Lower that left foot, right foot comes on up. Good, and 10 here. We pull in, lengthen away. 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2. Good, and last one. Lower that foot down. Release the arms long. Reach your arms long and push the ball down just a little bit so you can lift up a tiny bit higher. And this is our super basic hundreds. The arms are pumping and you're pressing down small balls with the hands. There's resistance there. Inhaling for 5 quick breaths and exhaling for 5 quick breaths, and try to stay lifted. Here we go. Inhale and exhale and inhale, exhale, inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. Good work. Hold on to your thighs. Well, however it feels today to roll on up. Maybe slowly is your word, your modus operandi for today. So sitting up tall, taking just a minute to chill out. So that particular set for me is like my go-to set when I have low energy, right? It doesn't overuse my neck. I'm using my core muscles, but particularly the upper core. And if you ever need to make it harder and you're like, Jen, I need more work today, you can do that whole set without the ball. It makes it way more challenging. But to me, that felt really good. Okay, let's do a very quick breathing exercise. We've been bringing in our breathing exercises throughout the week. And I'm gonna go back to that one that I taught you at the very beginning with the hands down and the hands up. So come to a seated position wherever you are, and where your spine is straight. Option to sit on a chair if you have a chair nearby. And think of yourself as one of the little kitty statues that has its hands, little paws right here. And you're gonna reach your arms up and open and then down. And it's inhale up, exhale down, and it's all through the nose. Inhale, exhale. Here we go. Last one. Good, settle for just a second and notice how the breathing exercise affected your energy level. Yeah? Yeah. That helped me, helped raise my energy level. That's so crazy, isn't it? Yeah. Let's keep that one in our rotating breath exercise routine. Okay, we're gonna do just some simple bridge work today. Let's start out with just no toys. And we're going to have the legs maybe mat width apart as we come on down to find our back against the mat. And then in this positioning here, your feet are externally rotated and your knees are fairly wide. Think about your knees kind of tracking over your ankles, right? We're going to pick up the heels so that we are wearing high heel shoes, or we have imaginary blocks of wood underneath the heels. And then the toes shift maybe a little bit closer to your butt. We're going to lift the hips up and we're going to lower the hips down. And this is one fell swoop. So we're strengthening all the muscles of the spine in addition to, right now, the thighs. Here we go. We lift and lower. Good job. Lift and lower. Try to keep your knees wide-ish. Out and back and up and down. That's it. Lift and lower and lift and lower. This is such an interesting version of the bridge. Almost all the bridges that we do in class are articulated bridges, so they're for strengthening and opening up through the nervous system. However, this particular one is more of a strengthening for the small back muscles. And I don't know about you, but I feel like I need that lately. Yesterday, it was very challenging where I live because the air quality from all our wildfires was terrible. So I did go outside a bunch of times in the yard to do some weeding because I couldn't not go outside, and it wasn't healthy to go bike riding or hiking. And sometimes when you do a ton of weeding, you know, your back feels like, oh, wow. So this one is the anti-weeding exercise. And you know you're going to need it. You're going to be doing some weeding this week, right? Getting out there in your garden is such good therapy. And lift and lower. Good. And you're keeping your good form. Your knees aren't wandering in. And we're going to do 5 and lower and 4 and lower. So for me, I feel this a little tiny bit in my thighs, not much. Mostly I just feel it along my spine, along those muscles, the spinae erectors in my back. And if I concentrate on it for these last 2, I can feel it more. Last 1. Okay, good. Take a tiny little break where you lengthen your legs long and let go. For many of you, this is the hardest part of the workout. Let go for a second. Good. Now we're going to continue on with some various bridges. And again, this is all for our back work today, strengthening our backs. The feet come together. We squeeze the feet, we squeeze the knees, we squeeze the thighs. If we had extra TheraBands, we tie the thighs and tie the calves and tie those ankles up, but we're imagining that. Keep them really squeezed. The feet can be as close to your butt as you like, and then try lifting and try lowering. Good. Try lifting up and try lowering. So first set is your full foot. Lift and lower. Lift as high or as low as you want. I'm lifting only to the very base of my shoulder blade, so I'm doing kind of a lower bridge. You can do a higher bridge. Lift and lower. Good. Keep squeezing the legs together, focusing on our intention. We want our backs to stay strong throughout these crazy times. Anyone here throw out their back recently? Isn't that a funny expression? Threw out my back, but you know what I mean. Yeah, sometimes the back in esoteric anatomy is our security. So as we lose our sense of security, our backs go out. So noticing if that could be the case, keeping an open mind, and lift and lower. Okay, now second set, we're going to lift only the toes. So almost all of the weight is on the heels. I'm squeezing everything together, and we lift and lower. Good, and then noticing for you, yeah, this is not a crazy challenging exercise. The challenge in the exercise is to stay focused. Can I stay focused on my back as I squeeze to lift and lower? And if I can stay focused, the exercise is perfect. Good. Lift and lower, safely strengthening our backs. Good work. 3 more here. 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, good. Last part, we go back to our toes. I pull my feet in more toward my butt, and I gotta squeeze everything together. And for my feet, my ankles don't touch. That's okay. I'm squeezing everything that I can. And then I try lifting up and lowering down. And this is the hardest one for me. I mean, it's not like it's super challenging, but it takes some focus. I'm gonna really focus here for a good 8. And it's 8 and lower, 7 and lower, 6 and lower, 5 and lower, 4 and lower, 3 and lower, 2 and lower, last 1, lower all the way down. Good, shake out your feet. Good, and let's do a basic ankle strengthening exercise today. So let's just focus on one at a time, lifting up our right leg, and you're gonna start with just circling your right ankle. Circle your right ankle a bunch of times, as smoothly and evenly as you can. And if you need a visual, you're stirring a big vat of chocolate chip cookies. Woohoo! They can be vegan, yeah, if you want. Or you can add eggs and butter if you want. And then go the other way to stir in all the gooey chips. Nice. Keep going. Circle and circle and circle. Good. Shake out your leg a bit. And then kind of visualize a large piece of parchment paper on the ceiling. You're going to dip your foot in some ink, and you're going to do a very perfect 3rd grade cursive alphabet. So they're big cursive letters. You're teaching the 8-year-olds or 9-year-olds or however you are old in 3rd grade, the cursive alphabet, which apparently they don't teach too much, so we're going to teach it. So we're doing our alphabet, and the goal and the reasoning of doing this is to move your ankle in every possible different way. So try to do that. And when you get through to the Z, I'm almost there, towards your Z, doesn't matter, but see if you can do the alphabet twice. Ankle strengthening today. This is rehab ankle strengthening work. I pull this out every once in a while. It is such a good exercise. And in rehab, we do it 3 times for full ankle strength. So see if you can do your cursive alphabet. I started with my right foot. Did you start with your right foot? So lefty is going to be, for many of us, a little harder. So just noticing this is probably going to be the strongest one. Okay, I'm on X, Y, and Z. Let your leg come down and drag it all the way in. We are going to do the other one. Of course we're going to do the other leg, but first we're going to do a set of abdominals, just basic chest lift, very safe. My feet are lined up to my sitting bones. My hands come behind my head, and I'm going to lift up, 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 reach and tap my thighs, pull myself up a little tiny bit higher, bring the hands back behind the head, and lower down. Again, lift, reach, pull, hands come back behind the head, stay lifted, lower down. Couple more. Lift, reach, and pull yourself up there. Stay lifted as the hands come back behind the head, and then lower down. Couple more. Lift, reach, and pull yourself up there higher. Bring the hands back behind the head. Stay lifted, stay lifted. Lower down, good. Let's do 2 more. Lift, reach, pull. Hands come back, stay. Lower down, 1 more time. Lift, reach, pull. Let's make this one the best one. Hands come back, stay lifted, 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 and then slowly lengthen by pulling on the back of your head so you get a neck stretch as you come down. Let your head roll. And then we get to do our ankle strengthening rehab set on the other side. Pick up your left foot, bring that leg up or wherever it's comfortable and just start stirring. Yeah. Good. We made chocolate chip cookies, and so we're gonna make some rum cake. Have you had Caribbean style rum cake when you visited the Caribbean? We're gonna make that kind of rum cake. And it can't be vegan because it has like a pound or so of butter in it. So I don't think you can do that with coconut oil, but maybe. I mean, yeah, probably you could. Coconut oil with rum, yeah. Okay, we could do vegan. I think I'm gonna do the standard recipe. And then we're gonna pour really expensive rum on the top. Have you ever made a rum cake? When it's cooling, it's still hot, right? You put tiny little holes in it. Have you circled the other way? And then you pour I think is it rum and butter mixture? Gosh, we need to make some rum cake. Are you stress cooking? Are you stress cooking? Okay, and then pause. Alphabet. Big parchment paper. You got your 3rd graders and you're showing them how to do the alphabet. You got to do really good form and big curly cues. Now already, are you feeling that your left foot is not as dexterous as the right in the alphabet? So slow it down. Try to make it look legible for the poor 8-year-olds. Yes, I am feeling this and I'm only on my W. Oh no. How am I going to do a whole other one? I'll try it though. I can do it, I think. We should do this one more often. Okay, keep going. Try to get through the whole alphabet twice. And you know, I'm doing the English alphabet, but if you want to do another alphabet, it's absolutely fine. Any alphabet that you know. The goal is the movement of the ankle. Oh, I'll feel this. Good. It's probably really great for us bicyclists, huh? Yeah, because we're always pedaling. Okay, I made it. Did you make it through? And if so, shake out your foot as much as you can. And then shake out your legs. Good. And then squeeze your legs into your body. And we're going to do just an easy hip opening before we do our hip strengthening today. Holding on to the knees. You're going to circle around, imagining the top of your leg bone kind of stirring around inside the pelvis. It's easy and languid today. Yeah. And then let's reverse that. Easy breezy. Just keeping strong in a safe way. Does that sound good? I like that. I'm going to use that. Stay strong in a safe way. That appeals to me. I don't want to go crazy. I do not want to be injured. Stay safe and strong. Okay, beautiful work. Moving on to a little bit of hip strengthening because we always are going to need that. We're going to set our feet down and then just roll however you want, maybe like a cat or like your favorite little dog, sideways with a little bit of a stretch. Okay, and then check it out today. The safest way to do hip strengthening is with our bent knees. It's a little more challenging with the longer leg. So we're gonna stay safe today. We're gonna do our bent knee version. I want you to see about lifting that top leg up about hip height And then from here, pull your abs in and think about, we did a lot of side work today, about just sort of activating and lengthening through the side of the body. And then we're going to circle, small circles, and you can think about making the circle with your heel, or you can think about making it with your knee. And we're going to do a little bit of a lot. I don't know what that means, but we're going to do kind of a lot, I guess, of these circles. Circle and circle. Keep going. Nice. Keep it easy. Keep it friendly. Keep your friends coming over. Are all of you getting together a little bit with your friends for beach walks, for talks, for texting, for tea party? Yes. If anyone wants to go hiking tomorrow, you know, in the forest, if you go to Nicene Marks, or if you hang out by the ocean for a long ocean hike, like I was thinking maybe about going to Andrew Molera, the air quality will be very good. So contact me after class if you want to come along. We could get a small group of women or men or mixed people, trans people, doesn't matter, but humans. And small circles, let's reverse that. Small and small, good work. Okay, and then, oh yeah, so that just popped up because I would like to do a hike tomorrow with you guys or with whoever wants to join with me. But I think we should get a tea party together. Mary Jane, are you here at class? Probably you are, so hi, Mary Jane. Mary Jane is my neighbor, and she lives a few houses from the ocean. Woo-hoo! And she put in a side yard that is beautiful. It's kind of like a living room, and it's perfect for spacing people out, for physically distancing, and you can have a tea party. And I could make rum cake and chocolate chip cookies, and we could all meet at Mary Jane's house. Oh, I'm so excited. Mary Jane, can we do that, please? A soiree. Okay, now I definitely feel these, we're gonna reverse it, and then now we just do 10. 9 is the original way, right? 8, 7, I really feel this. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, other way. Oh yes, I can barely do this. I don't know why, but it's getting to me today. 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, yes I can, 2, and last one, and release. So for me, I felt that right in my gluteus maximus today. I'm gonna take my fist and really beat out my butt, giving myself a tough massage there for a moment. Obviously needed that. Maybe I tightened that area a lot when I was weeding yesterday. Just, yeah. Okay, safe and strong. Safe and strong. I'm excited now. I feel so much better. We planned a hike and a soiree, and the food always makes me feel better. Okay, so carefully, let's come on all the way up. And I think we better do the other side, huh? Yeah. Then after that, we get to stretch. So you're coming on down, and you're getting yourself in your form, L-shape activity, belly in. Lift that top leg, and we just start here with circling. Circling, good. And circling. Does it help you to circle with your knee, as if you're making a circle with the knee, or does it help you to fire up your heel? For me, it's always knee. Feels way better. But options for people are a good thing. I won't talk about the Republican convention or about Mike Pence. I won't say anything about the people who talked, or that I watched it for a very short amount of time because it was very difficult to watch. We won't talk about that. No, we'll talk about food and happiness and getting together with each other. Yeah, such a better thing to focus on. Good. And let's reverse that. I don't know how many we're doing today, so if you feel like I'm giving you short shift, then do more. And circling around. Good. These circles are great. For me, I mean, it's gluteus medius, maximus, and minimus for sure. But for me, it's definitely, I feel it in my maximus today. Are you with me, or is you feeling it somewhere completely different? I love it when we have a big class and then we can actually talk to each other. But if I had you all unmuted, it would be scary. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing because I'm not very circular. I'm not very smooth, so I gotta focus on that for a second to get it smoother, yeah. And then here we do our countdown. So reverse it, go back to that first circle, and it's just 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. Here we go. Yes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. And notice how that was different than the other side. For me, it was way easier. That's not usual for me, but it was much easier than the first side. So, okay, did you feel in the same place? Is it a completely different exercise? Okay, for our final stretches, let's just roll onto our back. There's something so nice and calming about being on our back. And then, can you grab your ball with your foot? If yes, that's a legitimate exercise and you get kudos for that. Then could you lift up and roll the ball underneath your sacrum? Get comfortable with that for a moment. And the stretches are not intended to be intense abdominal work, although if you want it, you need it, you can have your arms up the whole time. I'm going to have my arms down and focus more on a stretch, bringing my left leg up, and I'm going to take it down and up very slowly today, but you can go quicker. Good, and then I'm going to take it into a single bicycle. And again, for me, I'm keeping it slowish today. Everything's a little slowed down. Good. And then we reverse that bicycle. So it's a scoop and lift. So it's 5, 5, and 5. Of course, you can go at your own pace. Good, and then on the last one, I'm just gonna hang my leg up. Hang it up, I don't know, stick it up, lift it up, kick it up, whatever I'm doing with my leg. And then my opposite leg slowly lengthens long. Hanging there for a second. And then changing legs carefully. And then down and up. So again, for me, it's slow. 5 straight legs, 5 bicycles, 5 reverse bicycles. Arms up for more core work. You know, you do what you need today. That feels good. And then 5 bicycles. Good work. Aren't you excited about our hike and our party? Yeah, I am. Okay, and then reverse. Is that reversing? I think so. It's a scoop and a lift? Yeah, okay. Scoop and lift. Oh, Mary Jane's texting me. Good, keep going. Okay, so when you get your 5, 5, and 5, lengthen your legs long. Give yourself an opportunity, since we did actually quite a bit of low back and spinal strengthening, thinking about just letting go here and noticing for 1 full minute just the opening of that low back in a very safe way on our ball. Bringing attention to the breath. Good. Sending oxygen and good vibrations to everyone, first of all, in our community, or maybe we'll start with the family. So we inhale good, beautiful white light, okay, from the spirit. We get it in. And then as we exhale it out to our families. We exhale it out to the community. We exhale it out to our state. We exhale it out to our country. We exhale it out to the world. We exhale it out to the universe. So practicing that. Excellent work. So notice how you feel at this moment. Do you feel 100 times better than when you started class? I do. I really do. Thank you for showing up. Yay. Okay, we will say goodbye